You know the type of woman I am talking about. She has to romanticize everything. She can't just get dressed. She always has to look timeless and chic. She can't just be normal and go buy some bread. She has to have a baguette. And at some point, you stop to wonder, is she a little delusional or is something deeper going on here? There are some American women who just love all things French lifestyle. We can't resist our slow mornings, have our nice morning rituals. We want to go to all the farmers markets, slow down and savor life, have our long, beautiful cups of coffee. Sometimes we cry over croissants because we're just so happy in that moment. We love all the simple, beautifully effective French skincare and clothes, and we resist mainstream American culture just a little bit. Let's face it, I am absolutely one of these women. It would be so easy for people to just judge this and write it off. It's just an aesthetic, she's just romanticizing everything, and she's trying to be something she's not. But I don't really think that's the full story of what is going on here. The absolute core of what we have forgotten is this. Women in America, by and large, are not from America, right? When we talk about American women who are obsessed with French lifestyle, we're talking about women who are a few generations removed from their heritage and their own traditional ways of living. So we're not trying to pretend to be somebody else. We're actually remembering who we are and where we came from. And you might say, okay, I get that, but all of these women don't have French heritage. And you're right, they don't all. But a lot of them have European heritage or heritage from somewhere else in the world that valued slow living. And France is almost now just a caricature of that because they have retained this beauty and slow living lifestyle of eating foods that are simple and healthy but not overcomplicated, and just living a life that is more simple and carefree, which kind of represents the way that a lot of cultures a couple of hundred years ago would have been living anyway, wherever they were around the world. What we forget to recognize is that a lot of American women actually feel kind of rootless, that we don't really have this ancient heritage that a lot of people around the world do know where they came from. We might know where we came from in the sense of our genetics or our ancestors. In a very vague sense, we might think that our families came from France or Ireland or England or Spain or wherever, but this is very broad. We couldn't tell you the town they came in. We wouldn't be able to go back and find the homes that they lived in or any of our families that are still living in those countries. And overall, this just creates a very vague sense of homesickness that we have longed for so long that we don't even really recognize anymore. So then how this manifests now is that we suddenly think that we're just in love with French lifestyle and all these beautiful French things, when really we're just remembering a part of who we already are. And on a very feminine note, I don't think it's too hard to believe that maybe when our ancestors did come here to America, it was a lot of times the man's decision or the husband's decision. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And maybe the women and the wives were happy to come along. But I think that it was probably harder for them to leave their homelands than it was for the men who wanted to go create these new opportunities and see what was here in this new country. So I don't think our obsession with the French lifestyle is random at all. What we're really yearning for and remembering and honoring is daily rituals and slow, simple living. We're totally drawn to slower, simpler meals instead of the American chaos that is our food culture. And we love the beauty of a few simple, well-chosen and well-made French skincare items or French outfits instead of stuffing our closets full with a billion outfits from Target or a million beauty products that we saw an influencer tell us about. We're drawn to beauty in ordinary life and tiny rituals spread throughout the day, whether that's enjoying our coffee, going for a walk, actually sitting and enjoying our time with our kids and our families, instead of this endless marathon culture of do this, go crazy, achieve all of these goals, but never enjoy your life. And we're deeply drawn to not overscheduling everything and then just actually sitting down and seeing the beauty all around us. These aren't strange or extra desires, and we're not trying to be someone else. We're just remembering very old and very normal ways of thinking and living. I don't think it's that we want to be French. It's just that we already recognize something about this lifestyle that feels way more attuned to who we are as people than the rat race culture of American mainstream life. And to be totally honest, the last time I was in France, I even remember thinking, I don't know if I necessarily want to live here. If I was given the opportunity to live in France tomorrow, would I go? I don't really know. Maybe yes, it does seem beautiful and idyllic, but there are a lot of issues in France, just like there are in America. So it's not that we have to be drawn to everything French or even want to live in France. It's just that we recognize in our hearts and souls this beauty to French lifestyle that is beautiful because it's still around. Even in the landscape of the world today, the French people do hold on to little moments and rituals of beauty in a way that's really admirable. So if you are one of those American women who love all things French lifestyle, just know you're not alone and there's nothing strange about you. You don't fit into hypermodern, chaotic American culture because you're not meant to, and you're remembering something way deeper. This is your heritage too. So if you too love your baguettes, your coffee, your beauty, your clothes, your simplicity, and your lifestyle, you're not trying too hard, you're just remembering something. So, are American women who are obsessed with French lifestyle delusional? Maybe a little, but also maybe we're the ones who are actually paying attention to what actually feels good. And maybe what we're really craving isn't a life in France, it's just a lifestyle that feels like home. Thanks so much for watching today. Know that you are in good company, and I would love for you to subscribe to come along on this journey with me of all things beauty and French lifestyle. So go snuggle up with your coffee and croissants, turn on a good year for the 400th time, and I will see you next week.